One spot in Katowice, one map to play. 9Z versus MIBR, each team taking their map pick by narrow margin. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips on the mic here with you all this evening. We welcome you all. If you are just joining us, if you've been here through the whole tournament, thank you for sticking with us. It is the final map of this grand final. And 9Z are starting on the T side. Leads me to believe they won the pistol round. Tuurtle up here with the dualies, though, can ruin their day. They run into it, and David's going to fall as well. Doubled up for Tuurtle. Not a single point of damage taken. And maybe even more as he deals some on to try. DGT tucks through out, and the reload catches Tuurtle. DGT doubles up onto exit as well, and maybe even another onto Henny. The Glock, and a nigh inexhaustible magazine. And Henny gets dinked down to oblivion. DGT's 3K allowing 9Z an opportunity to win the round. The bomb running to B, or to A rather, and DGT with the quad. 9Z with the pistol. They kick off the first or the final map with some fireworks.
DGT with the digits. Punched him right on in. 4 kills to his name in that pistol. And I will say, Boggs, looking at the stats, this is a slightly CT-sided map for both these teams. Very slightly. I think both teams still have an over 50% win rate on both sides, given their just stellar records. 6-3, definitely not something to scoff at. But it's a 61%, 61.9%, and 54.4 for CT and T, respectively, for 9Z. It's a 57.4 to 53.2, so it's CT versus T for Made in Brazil. Kind of neck and neck on both sides. It doesn't really matter which side either team starts on, but the stats do bear out an advantage on the CT. Made in Brazil, they're going to invest into round number 2. 9Z also going for a rifle-centric investment. 1 MAC-10, 3 Galils, excuse me, and an AK, versus 3 5.7s, a Deagle, and a Scout. Henny has that scoped weapon in hand. We'll have to see if he can do the damage.
Try has shown some good work with the Scout. We'll see if Henny can replicate that. The MAC-10 looking to get flashed up the ramp and into the B side. A good, well-timed Molotov will isolate David and actually burn him down considerably. He thought about going through that. He thinks better of it, but he takes so much damage regardless. DGT catches, burns, and then retreat to the site. There goes David's MAC-10. DGT backs him up onto Insani. No casualties yet for 9Z as they swarm the B site. In that smoke, exit awaits. He does pop one, but only one. That'll be recovered surely for David. His boot, rifle sits on the ground, and Henny will save his Scout, not wanting to lose it. No reason to. There's your Cars-themed skin, Nate. I think you need to get that Scout.
See it. Oh, I just got a new Scout skin, Boggs. I do like.
You need another one.
I do really like it. Living fast, living loose. That's how the Scout is.
I like the shifter on the top too.
I really like that shifter on the pin. I guess the pin.
Yeah, on the firing pin.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a nice touch.
It's the cocked indicator for the weapon. As it's in battery. Henny in the corner, get the tag. Doesn't survive though. That he might live by virtue of the post-game timer. That is not the case. He's sprayed away by the Galil. No weapons saved for Made in Brazil. Means they should have no bark in this round. It should be just some USPs. Maybe a numbers game will net a kill or two. But beyond that, they cannot be expecting anything for this defense. 9Z are on the fast track to a 3rd in a row.
3-0 start would be great for 9Z. This is the 3rd and final map of this series, of this grand final. It's a rematch, too. So 9Z are looking for revenge. They at least got this one to a 3rd after being humiliated by Made in Brazil last night. But now 9Z on their 6th map of the day, and who knows how much practice they did prior to this. The mental fatigue might start to set in through the course of this one. Keep an eye on it. So far, though, no errors made, although if they run into this B site with reckless abandon, it will be an error. The MAC-10 taking taps at range. The USP kind of favored in that engagement, but there's a spot, surely. Max Kleinside smoke. He now knows because that shot gives it away, and he'll pick up 2.
He knows a boost, though, I don't think.
Lethargic way.
Did he know it was a boost? That's my question.
He did. Okay. Yeah, because I think he saw the guy up on top.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have spammed for the second. I guess that's fair. 2 kills secured, however, for Made in Brazil. I said 2 was probably the best they could ask for. They have secured that. Tuurtle and exit. Also grabbing a Galil for their troubles onto exit. annoyed with the enunciations. Buddha lurking in the middle, looking to ensure that rifle does not get saved. He'll find one. Exit still has the rifle in hand, though. Slowly closing in upon him. Timing's everything on some of these duels. Timing is not with him now. Moving towards red, finds the kill. Good headshot from him. Again, a player we have put under the microscope time and time again to criticize and to praise. He's done well for himself in this series versus Made in Brazil. I think he was entirely absent yesterday. Today, though, he's definitely having some pretty decent impact.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be the guy at the top of the scoreboard. That should be DGT, try as well. But he can put up some good numbers, some high impact, and he's had some good impact in this series, which is, he's a big part of the reason why 9Z are here in third map. Without Buddha, they don't make it. Some very high, timely kills. Insani, though, through that mid-smoke, exit combines with another. Try will trade back onto Burnson. The damage has been done. It's been absorbed by 9Z. The guns are out for MIBR, and so are the kills. Another one, this time on a Buddha, in towards Cave. And now a 4v2 to the favor of Made in Brazil. Looking to shut down 9Z on the first gun round. Start to get off to a good CT side scoreline. Exit. Might just walk in the crosshair. Max, though, and he will fall. Nice little flick around re-acquisition by Max. Will just punch in those digits. Get that bomb on the ground. As Try holds his back deep in middle. Max is kind of alone on this site with no real chance for support for a very long time.
And Try isn't moving either. He's finally beginning to pressure forward. He finally realizes there's probably nobody coming in from Snake in towards Top Cat. He's now looking towards red as well. There's nobody there either. Suddenly becomes a very potent post plant. Two players in towards Donut. No smoke to obfuscate their hold either. All up on the ball. I think it's over. I think it's curtains at this point. I don't think Made in Brazil can do anything. One player caught, sure they get a trade, and sure they might even find a second. But there's no way they win this. I think Try, should he survive? Does he survive in this corner?
He does.
He might. Oh.
Wait, no?
The bomb
I
radius
forgot how
is
weird the
huge
bomb
on
radius
this
is on
map, yeah.
Ancient.
And he only had 5
Yeah.
HP. Don't forget he was dinked. So it is
Yeah,
a
I don't
scorched
get a chance
round.
to play this map too often because nobody wants to play it.
Nobody wants to play it. I agree. Zero
I like
people.
the map.
It's fun unless you're
enjoy
playing.
playing it.
I played some people in matchmaking who were scrimming it out, and it's terrible.
Remember when we played back when the map first came out with Jam and we were playing against people with full executes?
Yeah, on like week 1, it was pretty great.
And we still won. It was
Yeah.
great.
That was a cluster, I think is the term I would use. Either way, 9Z playing incredibly well, playing individually, and yet still grouping up at the critical juncture. And Made in Brazil
Try
to invest. Tries in a very precarious spot as well, as you mentioned, the up catwalk. As a player in towards Jaguar to worry about, and a player in towards Donut, who's now fallen away. Max will begin to take control in the meanwhile. He's smoking towards red doors. And he's covering their bases, though, making sure nobody pushes down the ramp at B, making sure no one presses middle too far, make sure no one gets all the way through Jaguar. He's holding their lines, and then from there, beginning to mount an assault in one direction or the other. It looks like we're leaning towards A in this round. Is the right call. There's 2 players, maybe not 3. A third one is rotating around, but the only real obstacle in their way is the hero rifle in Henny's hand.
I mean, the Deagles can always do damage, and Sonny usually manages to find one with that. The MP9 can be dangerous up close as well. Mid's been completely abandoned, though, by Made in Brazil, and DGT is taking full advantage of that. Henny's up close. David walks in, and Sonny combines with Henny for the first. Try on the op. Buddha gonna try and push out as Max strikes for another, but Henny's still standing tall up close. Backstabbed by the mid presence of DGT. Still a good amount of damage so far for MIBR. There's a chance for a lot more, although that chance will evaporate. 5-0 the start for 9Z. Made in Brazil will be able to buy again, though that was just a half buy. Henny has an op. They might even go for a second, too, which might not be a bad idea, but they're going to go for a more traditional 4-1, 4 rifles, 1 ops setup. Kits are available for 2 players, a good amount of utility across the board. 9Z, they actually don't have a lot of money, considering they're 5-0 up. There's 2 players that are pretty much dead broke.
Yeah, that first rifle round, keep in mind, all 5 players fell. They found the victory by virtue of time, but nothing beyond that. A jump boost middle. I like the idea from Sonny. He's up catwalk now. David pushing forward, though, expects it, finding one. Exit, a good trade. Exit doubling down, tripling down, combining fire with Burns, and who's finally on the board. I was going to mention the double killer, the multi-killer in Burns, and had yet to find a kill. He finally finds one in this round number 6. Could be what tips things in Made in Brazil's direction for this one. It's a 2 versus 4 for Try and Buddha. They have a lot of time to work with, like a minute 15 or thereabouts. The issue is there's so many defenders left standing. At this point, 9Z are playing more passively. They're hoping that someone goes for information, that someone gives them an avenue back in. But Made in Brazil, they're too disciplined for that. They should definitely just hold their lines, play their spots, and force 9Z into these uncomfortable engagements.
Exit around the donut will not be cleared. Buddha goes for a knife jump across. The op from Try will strike for another. He is yet to fall, but that should change momentarily. HEN1 will change that himself, and MIBR will get on the board with 3 alive. That's solid, but they have to win the second round in a row. They cannot allow their victory to go isolated, because that's when 9Z can really start to spiral things into their favor and put MIBR down in the drain. Pull the plug from the bathtub, Nate. That's what 9Z are going to try and do right now.
It's an awkward buy.
It is, but it's expected given their lack of finances.
It was expected, but I didn't think they'd actually go for the op. The op it honestly hamstrings further the issues they have. It really exacerbates the issues. Exit finds one. David and Buddha, though, getting aggressive in the middle. This time they get further before contact's taken. They find a pair in response. That's a rifle drop that can be recovered by David. Now things get interesting. There's a molly to prevent them from peeking in the double doors. Keeps the op at bay, and 9Z can now just fan back out and around. Buddha looking towards Jaguar, doesn't spot anything. In fact, the B side is completely abandoned, as is A. All 3 players are towards the red doors. 9Z, whichever direction you go, you will be faced with a free and clear bomb site.
Yeah, all 3 players of MIBR grouped up towards middle. It's not a bad idea, though, grouping up, trying to deathball something, but the peak solo is going to allow Max to get away with that one for free. And this makes this disadvantageous situation for MIBR even more so. Tuurtle clearing in, David out. Hits the headshot. HEN1, save the op, son. Stay alive. Do not fall. They're going to go to his side too, which is unlucky for HEN1 because his whole main thing now is to stay alive. Winning this round is so low percentage. He needs to survive. One onto Buddha. Tries to run away, but look at the backstab too from David. HEN1 has to fight his way out. They know where he is. The bomb might not even go down. No flick available. And the round victory for Made in Brazil sits on an island. Deserted. Alone.
Dude, that means, Boggs. It means barring any caster's curse, we will get another 7-1 Brazil scoreline.
Yep.
And both.
Remember what happened on Anubis when we did have it.
It's true. That's true. But, you know, it's in the 2 matches they've met, it has been 3 Brazil scorelines. 1 in their favor, and now potentially 2 against. It's crazy to think about. The start of all these games have been one team having a clear advantage over the other, and then a clap back or a climb back into it in response. The early goings are where things are easy. The late stages of these halves are where the games are actually determined. 5 versus 4 secured early on, and Sonny has been silent for the most part on this map 3. 2 kills to his name. Burnston similarly so. Only 1, that one in the middle. I don't see them having a shot in this round. Made in Brazil have kind of hamstrung their buy here as well going into the following rifle round. They have exit on a hero rifle at 1,400 in the bank. Burns in at 1,550. Like, sure, they'll have a loss bonus of sorts, but still not going to be the best to buy. They're going to have to cut corners.
Yeah, 3 players pretty low on cash. HEN1's going to get his op. Sure, David peeking out with the utility in his hands. Try was trying to hold the lawn, but he misses the shot. A little bit of chip damage dealt. DGT, of course, I believe he spotted the barrel of the SMG, and he does indeed. He'll grab a pair. David will grab another one as he walks out onto A. Exit marooned in-house. But it looks like 5 alive for 9Z. Unless Exit can get 1 on the exits, but right now for him, staying alive is the modus operandi. He needs to keep that AK in hand. He needs to save. Oh, Max kind of shoots a little too early here. Just a little too early. Exit. He does get one. Does it really matter to 9Z? Not at all.
Acceptable loss for a massive hunt. Brazil scoreline. Mid and Brazil taking a timeout wisely to discuss it. The Brazil scoreline, not of course their bye coming into the next. To mourn it for a moment. They're going to go for the investment, obviously. Op for Henny, as you mentioned, is present. M4 for Tuurtle, good utility. Burnson, probably the same, should buy full utility here. Hopefully we'll see a kit. Hopefully we'll see a kit. I'm going to keep saying it. Hopefully we'll see a kit.
Hopefully we'll see the kit. We will not see the kit.
Man. I was trying to will it into existence. I had 3 attempts. Every time someone started buying, I said it.
Yep.
And no one bought it. And you think that's the first thing, one of the first things you mentioned in attack boss. Buy a kit.
How many times do we see a team lose a round because they don't have a kit?
Quite a few.
I want the stats on this. That's a good start for MIBR regardless, because if they let the bomb go down, it's going to be a much more difficult proposition. Henny starting it off with a man advantage does help out significantly. Try leading the charge onto the B site with an op. Not exactly the easiest thing to do, but he does capitalize on the Tuurtle, peeking around the cube. Henny, mollied, blind as Try, but still able to get the job done. Bomb going down. They know there's a player in towards cave, a Molotov to force him back, and
DGT lurking again.
MIBR might just have to save again. And look at DGT on this lurk.
Yeah.
He's been lurking up with the wazoo, and it's been working.
They know it's a possibility. They're actually watching for it. Which is will they be able to stop him? No. DGT drops exit. And Sonny now stuck between a rock and a hard place with an op in hand. Burnson will probably get to survive here and towards A main. Timing's everything. And DGT is just reading them like a book. He won't win the duel. His execution, less than ideal there. But he still does a lot of damage. And Buddha is hunting voraciously. He knows what's up. He's running it down, trying to find this kill. And Sonny, back towards the ruins, should survive. But his teammate, his compatriot, Burnson, will not. David drops him in the dying embers of the round. And 9Z have secured an 8th. The timeout for Made in Brazil means nothing. They even find the opening to boot that early pick towards middle, and yet it still falls by the wayside. It still continues to be capitulated in favor of 9Z.
There's another timeout used by Made in Brazil. That comes out with like 1 second on the clock. That is a pocket timeout that they just throw out real late into the freeze time. MP9's on 2, 5-7's on 2, the saved op for Henny. I don't know if it's quite dire straits yet, Nate, but it's getting there fast. I mean, 9Z are just bullying MIBR on this T side, but again, we saw what happened on Ancient, so we cannot get complacent. The 9Z certainly can't get complacent and just be thinking, okay, we've got this in the bag. They have to finish the job. And Ancient has swapped over to a more T-sided map. Yes, their statistics still hold CT side dominance, but right now, T-side has been better for both teams on both maps.
They have an early slide in one direction or the other. Now it's been aggression from Made in Brazil. Burns in towards Jaguar. He's mollied and he's forced to take the duels. He will find the first one early, however. David knows this cubby plays time is there. Boost up for DGT, finds one. The MP9 from Insani, though, double dinks in response and does even more. Insani consistently good with the SMG. Drops DGT to a single digit. 2 versus 2 secured as well. Rifles in the hands of Henny and Tuurtle. It's identical rifles as we see the Bogdan's Law come through. DGT is taking the mantle of op. DGT is having a David level performance on this map as well. 15 kills by round 9.
He's definitely having himself a map. Max is there, same as Try. Everyone's really chiming in for 9Z, except for Buddha, who really hasn't had to do all that much. And given his role, usually is one of those first men in. Not surprising, he's having a bit of trouble. Try gets the headshot onto Henny, though. That's a kill Henny needs to find to make this much more viable, especially seeing as DGT is 1 HP. Tuurtle 73 health. A smoke, no kit. And I don't know if there's one down anywhere for him. This is a rough spot for him to be in. He almost has to go for this retake just because of the scoreline and how fast it's already gotten out of control in the favor of 9Z. Try timing. He skirts by.
I haven't spotted though. I think it was spotted.
DGT has the angle of the cross though. And he's got it.
16 to his name, 9 to try. 9Z feeling like a cut above right now. 9-1 secured. That was a half buy for Made in Brazil, granted. It's some SMGs, some pistols. They kept 2K in the bank, and that combined with their loss bonus is enough to get a buy and then some in this round. Good utility. Rivals across the board. 9Z cutting it too close for comfort. They are calling a tack pause in response. It's been 3 rounds and 3 tack pauses. 9Z talking things out, maybe slowing things down, maybe speeding things up. Not sure exactly what the call would be, but their money isn't amazing. It's not burgeoning on anybody except for Try, who's yet to die, really. But it's still more than okay for the next couple rounds, for the foreseeable future.
The op is back for Henny, but it really hasn't had that much impact. Nobody's had a lot of impact for MIBR aside from Exit. And even then, nobody on MIBR double-digit kills. 2 at 3, 2 at 5, and your 2 best, highest-rated players in terms of riflers are sitting at 3 kills, bottom of the board.
This jumps.
It's not a good look for MIBR.
This jumps and boosts up to the top of the wall there as well. And just a straight rush. There we go. 9Z just free out A. Free out A. A 3 kill for Try on the burns in. A plant forthcoming. The player Donut probably not long for this world. Exit. Taking a lot of damage and dealing none in response. Dishing nothing out. Nade for good measure. Try Kobe onto Exit. 3 versus 5. Made a result. Just saving. Again, just saving. Nothing they can do. Rifles are going to be attempted to be brought into the next. What a read from 9Z to maintain the pressure. 10-1 secured. They can do no wrong.
They can do no wrong right now. Everything they do is the right decision. MIBR, they've used 3 of their 4 timeouts in this first half.
Only 2, wasn't it? It's 2.
No, I think they've used 3.
The last timeout was 9Z.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've only seen 3 timeouts. So
You're right.
Okay. I thought I was right, but I can never be sure. I always forget things. Try at 11-1 now. DGT at 16-5. Max at 10. David can rest on his laurels from the first map. I also wanted to highlight Boggs. We were talking about players having good impact on 9Z. Going into this map, do you know who had the highest impact on this squad? Want to take a guess for 9Z? It was Buddha. Buddha was the player that had the most impact. Very solid start for him. He can now kind of play back as well. He's in the reserves if needed. Z slowing things down yet again, just throwing pressure towards A, towards B, across the map. Holding for any pushes that can be punished. 9Z. They are in control. Made in Brazil are stuck playing reactionary, trying to play together, trying to play something that will work for them. A free site taken. Very pensive holds from Made in Brazil. They are scared. They are scared. They will harass. They will prevent the bomb fight. They will find one. And now things get awkward. A lot of players in a very small space. Kills go back and forth. Lots of damage taken. And Made in Brazil might have finally found a winning recipe. And not a second too late. 1 versus 4 for Buddha. He'll walk in towards Jaguar. Burns in the first player is low. And as is Insani. With 10 seconds left, he's just at this point grasping at straws, honestly. He will bide his time. He'll actually save his rifle for the following instead. It's an okay call. I would say it's definitely okay. But a win with 4 players surviving is good for Made in Brazil. Signs of life. They keep a lot of the rifles up. That means they'll have a solid buy in the following. But if they let this round get isolated like their first victory, it's most assuredly curtains in this first half. It's a dominant performance from 9Z from there. Pressure's not abated. Pressure is still very much present. In fact, it might even be higher than it was in the round prior. 9Z. Same buy as before. Op 4 8Ks. Try has his P250 as well. Early lean towards the snake side of the map. Try actually going all the way up catwalk, looking for a player donut. Aggressive with this op. I love to see it. Over top towards double doors. He nearly spotted one. Sonny manages to find a timing to slink forward. Won't find the opening. Just double back. Won't stick his neck out too far. This player Jaguar will, though. Tag through the wall. Try down to 31. He's lucky to be alive. 32, excuse me. No kills on either side. Minute 15. I like this angle from exit. Trying to lurk in towards doors. The issue is Made in Brazil are now playing far more passive and far more spread out, covering all of their bases. Tuurtle finally going for information towards the ramp. Buddha finds one, not the second. A lot of damage done, but not the kill. Henny on the op drops Max. And the pressure that was building has been released, at least in part. Buddha and Max fall. Burnson does as well. 40 seconds left. 9Z have made the decision. They're going to go towards B. There's 2 players here towards long. It's Tuurtle, it's Henny. The op has begun to awake for Made in Brazil, and that is a very scary proposition for the attacking 9Z side. They will push forward slowly with a measure, clearing out angles one by one. Tuurtle posted low HP short, but he's just a bait and switch. The op is holding the cross for the plant. Good shot from Tuurtle, finds the first. The op rechambers and looks for David, lurking behind, finds one, but there's 10 seconds they have to go. Try, drops Henny. The third is here as well. He knows that he's going to try to cross. He finds the kill. 8 seconds left. He'll get the plant to boot. Exit the last alive towards cave, towards Jaguar. And he might have been hurt. Try walking in with the op, finds the kill. It's 3 for him, 1 for Buddha, 1 for David. Try putting the team in his bag. Normally, we expect him to wake up on the CT side. Here, he is a force on the T side. 15 kills to his name, eclipsed only by DGT, who's at 16. And 9Z again isolate that round victory in favor of themselves. Made in Brazil, they're by. Better than I would have expected. Better than I would have expected. We have a third timeout as well coming in from Made in Brazil. Boggs did call that out before. He thought there was a third. This is the third. And they will have this chance at this point. They win this round, they can bring it back to 4-11. That is possible. If they lose this round, it's almost guaranteed a 3-12. And I mentioned this map typically at tier 1 around there is a T-sided map due to those spawn changes some months ago. But for these 2 teams, in this microcosm, in this microbiome, this is a CT-sided map. Both teams have higher stats on the CT side. Very slightly higher, but still higher nonetheless. 9Z, what is the call? Another default. 1 towards middle, 1 towards A main, 3 towards snake. And it's aggression from Made in Brazil. Desperate to try and find something. It's tit for tat. 1 for 1, 1 for 2. There we go. Burns in, excuse me. Back to his old antics. Double kill secured. Multi-frag secured. Burns in. Aiding out. Waiting. Happy with the advantage. Almost found a third as well with that grenade. What? They'll still have a long way to go. We've seen them find openings and let them fall by the wayside. Exit boosted up, though. Top of the sign. Finds David. 2 versus 4 for DGT and Try is on low HP. We've seen a round 1 like this before by them. I think it was a 2 versus 3, maybe even a 2 versus 2, though, in that case. 2 versus 4 is a whole different ballgame. It was a 2 versus 4? Okay, it's the exact same then. Albeit with Try on low HP instead of his teammate DGT.
Yeah, it was a 2 versus 4, I think.
No, you're right. It was a 2 versus 2. It was the beat take. It was the beat take.
Yeah.
Henny got blindsided, and then DGT at the op. This time it's trying to get blindsided by Henny, though. DGT does. Well, one more is the exit right behind. Cutting down a third on the board for Made in Brazil. But Nate, this is so far out of the woodwork right now. 4 rounds at best on BP Solution is so poor.
Map is it's not nearly as
No.
T-sided as Anubis was.
No, it's not an 11-4 T side. That's for sure.
In this situation, both these teams are CT-sided. In fact, it should be like an 8-7, a 9-6. Made in Brazil, 4 best, not a good situation to be. Pistol round, a requirement to come back into it, as is this round. 3 kills going unanswered, a 4th a possibility. Made in Brazil might have finally found a way to recover. 1 for 1. 4 versus 1. Try will try his darndest. He's been the juggernaut 1 and 2 through the wall. Okay, he's made me believe, but the lack of HP makes things all the more difficult, all the more burdensome. I like these angles. A short, close headshot only angle really does work out for him in this situation, but so many angles to worry about. I don't think it's possible. HEN1 closing the afforded space in favor of Try on the back of sight, looking for it. No, it's HEN1 on the op. Made in Brazil recover, but is it enough to come back? We'll find out after the break.
Is really not my key, but if you play your cards right, I might just think about it twice. Yeah. Say it like you mean it, I don't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't give in if you won't make a move right now. Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. When you're acting
Made in Brazil, showing us something that resembles a sign of life in the dire embers of that first half. But is it enough? They enter their T side, their less favored side of this map, down by 7. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and we do have the final half of Counter-Strike between these two teams upon us. One of these two teams will be going to ESL Challenger Katowice, and one of these teams will be left with nothing. Boost up for 9Z does not start well. The duelie's dispatched. Henny takes him down. Try from the back of sight. Try as he might, he will not find the shot. Insani, Super Soldier P250 finds the headshot at range. CT is being whittled away slowly yet surely. DGT finding inroads, and those inroads are lost elsewhere. Tuurtle drops Max. Buddha does not fare any better. Tuurtle finds his second in the round, and DGT, at this point, trying to save the Kevlar. Might not even be allowed to do that. He's tagged, spotted in the back lines, just desperately trying to stay alive, desperately trying to isolate duels that will not be given to him clean.
Mate, every round MIBR has won, Try has died. Every round MIBR have lost, Try has survived.
Is this a real and true stat?
Yep.
That's kind of freaky. It's kind of scary. What? That's so weird.
Yep. He's not died when his team has won the round. Oh, buys a Zeus.
Last second Zeus, baby.
I dig it.
Respect. He's the only B defender as well. Everybody else is towards A main, trying to do the numbers game. Burns him does go down. Only one as well. The multi-kill man. Only able to find one against pistols. Kind of curious, but he does do damage to a second, and his teammate does avenge him. Exit finds one. Burns out DGT. I'm personally more interested in the Zeus at this stage. I want to see it pop on the map on the kill feed.
I don't think he's going to get tested. No reason to.
They're shifting gears. They are looking potentially towards B. The player up there in the cubby, the second one potentially jumping up Snake to go towards the cave. This could work out for the Zeus. Henny is in towards double doors, though. Looking for the rotation. He'll find one. Sure. Yep, there we go. DGT the second might be a little bit more difficult, given that he has the Galil. Just awkward duels back and forth. Try just lurking forward. USP in hand, not the Zeus. Was it out? Oh. Henny will drop DGT in the meanwhile, though. At least Try alone in towards Jaguar. They know it's a distinct possibility. In fact, they're actually anticipating it. Try now. At this point, he's playing for pride. He just wants a kill with the Zeus. Oh, he thought it was closer. USB in hand out of desperation. That's not going to work. Tuurtle finds the kill, combining fire with Henny. An awkward end, but a solid end nonetheless. Only Burnson going down gives him Made in Brazil some solid legs to stand on in this second half.
Solid legs to stand on, but is it enough of a foundation to be able to build a house before 9Z can complete it? Because it's a race against time for Made in Brazil. 9Z, they only need 5. Made in Brazil need double that. 10. There is no kit for 9Z, which is always an issue. Something we have harped on ad nauseum over the course of this tournament. Probably over the course of all of our broadcasts. And it always seems to be something that comes up as an issue. But no kills just yet for either side. A good amount of damage exchange between both sides, but no kills, and that's always important. 30 seconds have elapsed in the round. And utility is all but dry on 9Z. Just a smoke and a flash for Max. MIBR have all the advantages here.
Yes, they do. No utility left. Oh, there's a smoke picked up. Smoke and a flash. No kit. Something that comes to haunt 9Z. Compromised investments. DGT, though, solid throughout this map. Finds one exit, a good trade. DGT trades his teammate right on back. And Max finds another. 4 versus 2. Burns in and Tuurtle. One out towards A on an island. Spotted and dispatched by Try. Tuurtle. Not long for the world. Good shot from DGT. And Try has only died on rounds they've lost, Bugs. It's still ringing true. I'm pointing this out every time I can now. I'm following this stat. I want to know if it's actually the case.
No, it is. Because he hasn't saved on T side. No reason
What's the case? I want to know if it persists, you know?
Yes, me too. Look, 4 timeouts used by MIBR.
You never see that.
Nope.
Count your lucky stars because.
And look how much time is left in the game, potentially.
Yeah, exactly. Granted, if they lose rounds, they don't have much time left at all.
No.
This is a
But
turning point.
if they
win,
win,
yeah, that's a good point. If they win, but
no,
if they
I
lose
agree
this,
with the
it's
timeout.
6-13, 6-14 before they get a bye. Realistically speaking,
And even this buy kind of sucks.
yeah, even this buys. Use that same word again: hamstrung, beleaguered, compromised.
Not
Leaves me
ideal.
wanting, less than ideal. What's the other
Sad.
ones? Sad.
Did you know that most of our three-letter words in English come from the Viking influence?
You were talking about Nordic and Viking influences before today. It's strange that you've mentioned it twice. it's you know, it's one of the things where it's not a lot of that I get 2 nickels for you mentioning it, but it's strange that I get 2 nickels. You know,
It's one of those moments.
it's one of those
All right,
moments.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
It's kind of showing our age at this point. It's an old TV show.
Right. Hey, we're boomers now.
True.
Live up to it.
Look at my benefits.
Very slow round from MIBR, though. Very reserved. And yes, there is a lot on the line. In fact, pretty much everything on the line for them. But at some point, you have to make a move, and they don't have a lot of utility left to do, so now they're going to go in towards the A side. Rotations can come through. David needs that opener. He does not find it. Max eats a lot of damage in that fight against Insani as well. DGT rotating into Temple. Going to sit back here, wait for his friends to come through and help out. Lots of utility flooding in. All of it has been
They're not on
expended
site
by
yet.
Made in Brazil, and Max gets caught on the boost, and DGT goes down in Temple. Haul up to Buddha. Made in Brazil should have another on the board, and they will stay alive. They will grow and cut into the lead of 9Z. That is an absolutely huge one to win off the back of their final timeout in this map. And it comes off the back of a broken bye.
It does, and it isolates the victories of 9-1, which resets their economy.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that round is easily won by 9Z if A, the player on site doesn't peek and just waits a little bit longer for the rotations to come through. B, 9Z go for some of that classic aggression and just push B because there was nobody there. 9Z, or not 9Z, Made in Brazil, excuse me, literally sat in A main with one player lurking around middle for like a minute before they went for that execute. That's something that can be very easily figured out by 9Z if they take a little bit of initiative. They just didn't want to because they were very reserved due to their economic situation. So, victories like that from Made in Brazil, I don't think they're replicable. I think it'll be red. I think it will be easily expected and anticipated by 9Z going forward. We need to see something different. A good default with protocols is what I want to see from Made in Brazil before I actually feel convinced in their comeback.
I agree. We need to see a bit more from MIBR. 9Z just looking to secure overtime at this point. Everything else could just be huge. Boot up close and personal. All alone, though, that's a bit of an issue. He has a teammate with him. It's probably a 2-for-1 trade, and that's winnable. That's livable for 9Z. A 1-for-1, not really that great.
Only A1S dropped as well.
Yeah, that's one of the rifles. One of the two down on the ground. And one of the players with armor, too. Interesting call.
Very interesting. 4 versus 4, but the rifle already favors the T side, obviously. No utility to be spoken of, no kit for the CT side. Molly in towards the double doors. Does Molly at the right side? Smoke will be lined up. Maybe not. Never mind. I'm thinking better of it. What is the setup for 9-0? Player in A main. Don't know why they're going to stack towards A because of that. At least just one player on B, and bulk of this play is going to be towards B. The flash is over. The bomb is here. 9Z stacking in the wrong direction. They should rotate. They should rotate now. In fact, they have so much control of this. They're through A main. They're through Donut. There's nobody here. The Molotov is hurting towards caves. They should know this. Why aren't they rotating any quicker?
I guess they're going through mid, but that's going to be expected here. I believe a fight from Try. He's not done anything. He's died. So, if the trend holds, Made in Brazil win the round. Let's see if Max, DGT, and David can clutch this one up, albeit unlikely. The bomb not yet down. Max to the ground. And yeah, I think the trend's going to continue here, Nate. I don't see a world in which 9Z win this round.
Nope. The only thing that should happen is David either A, presses up towards Snake in middle, or just holds here for an exit to find a rifle, and DGT heads for the hills. DGT sitting in it's where they buy guns. Not where he buys guns, where they buy guns. That's how far away he
Yes.
is. David.
Too bad he can't buy.
True.
And not like he has money anyways, but
Only
David's
4 rounds, the Gulf. There it is. There's that kill, that exit. And then that gun blown his way as well by the bomb, I believe. It's on the body. It's hot on the body.
Yeah, it was by the door.
Yep, right on the right side.
Unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. That's a rifle that just gets left on the floor. Luckily, they do have enough to buy. They do have a kit. They do have decent utility. They have the op. Checking off all the boxes that I present. But will it be enough? Made in Brazil. They can pull off this round, and they make it relatively clean as well. Then I begin to believe.
The op is out for try, though, and he's been so prolific with it throughout the course of this tournament, particularly in day 2. Max up on Snake, spotted out, but wins that fight against Burns. That's something he needs to win. And then Sonny falls as well. The 2 young hitters removed by 1 from 9Z. And he blinded as well, meandering about outside of B. The bomb down as well towards that angle. 3 players here for 9Z. Donut control for David. Try yet to face anything. Sitting at 8 deaths. And MIBR sitting at 8 wins. The trend continues so far, Nate.
Yes, it does. Exact nades towards B. All 3 players grouped up for Made in Brazil. Forces try away. Still 5 players, and 4 of them from 9Z are congregated towards B. Changing bullets through the smoke, exchanging broadsides through the wall. Tuurtle down to 21. The remaining 3 being chipped away slowly yet surely. Tuurtle takes the fight to them. He'll find 1 before he's done. Max gets the trade. Exit now, looking for a second node. DGT to win that duel. The last alive is Henny. He has the op. He has Try stuck in a corner. Try tagged, but not taken down. It's divine intervention. He will survive because 9Z take the round. 13-8. 3 rounds separate them from a series victory. And again, the trend continues, Boggs. Try stays alive by virtue of a shot through the wall. He's only died on rounds they have lost.
I thought for sure Eddie was going to get that kill. And then what he did is almost just like, sometimes you can't buck fate. It is your destiny.
The 1v3 if he got that kill.
Yep.
It's the hardest part.
This buy for MIBR, broken, double text, triple AKs. A good amount of utility considering the buy, but it's not ideal. Max with another one. He's heating up in this CT half, which is great for 9Z. Another player to add to it. Try peeks out wide, and Tuurtle gets caught by the Temple player, pushing on towards the site. Burnson has flanked behind, though. DGT's aware of the possibility, spots him out. Try mollying off for a hole. David is here as well. Burnson walking through the smoke should be finished off sooner or later. It's David to get the finisher. And Exit and Henny stuck in towards A main. They do have the AKs, yes. But in eventuality, what do they have to do to win a round like this where there's a player in mid, a player pushing T-spawn, players swarming the site, 5 alive, and barely any damage taken by 9Z. A 14th all but secured for the South American mix.
All but guaranteed. And this was a force buy for the most part for Made in Brazil. They invested as much as they could. They're not even getting a bomb plant at this stage, which means this 14th and likely a 15th in tow for 9Z. 1, 2. A clean and flawless one to add insult to injury. Buddha gets those kills. Very well done from him. 14 secured, and again, 15 seems like a guarantee at this stage. Unless Made in Brazil go for Tech 9's armor and a desperate play that somehow finds the openings, but I don't see that happening. They don't even have a timeout to talk it through. They've used all 4 already. It should be, I was going to say it should be a save, but Exit goes for the Hero AK. Armor AK, $0 in the bank. Everybody else on Glocks. I'm not sure what's going on, Bugs. I've lost the script.
What is going on? What is happening?
What is going on? What is happening?
MIBR's buy strategies. This is bizarre.
Stupefying.
No, they're. Mm, you're
broken
not gonna
down.
win a round with a hero AK. 95% of the time, especially when everybody else has Glocks. Hero AK upgraded pistols and armor. I can see it. There's a chance. A lot more enticing than this. Burnson has an armor and a Glock, by the way, which is like to add. And he actually does get an upgrade, so now there's a chance. But Tuurtle falls to DGT, or to Max rather, and Try gets a big tag. He's still alive. And as the trend has continued, perhaps it will finally be bucked. The bomb outside of A. Max falls, but so much damage dealt. A lineup, no. The op gets the exit around the corner. Down goes Try, and that means MIBR win the round, and they have the advantage too.
If you do believe in the superstitions, if you do believe in the trends, it is going to be a Made in Brazil round. Udo walking up next in line. David, though, drops Burns in the meanwhile. Does he expect Exit to sit in this corner? No is the answer.
No way.
Exit has
No
one.
way.
Bomb is towards A, though. That's the issue. He's trying to buy as much time as possible for this bomb to rotate back. He finds the kill eventually. The bomb is still going towards A, though. It's double back, and David has bitten this fake hook, line, and sinker. Good pre-fire to find the first. Doesn't spot the second. 10 seconds left. The bomb plant is on A. And David is definitely going to attempt this. The question is, can Henny get his hands on a gun?
Something
Where are
over
the guns?
P250?
Anything
They're
over the
down
P250.
mid. David can literally just stick.
He doesn't know that, though. He doesn't have the luxury of time like we do. Rifle is recovered. David fakes it. Doesn't know. He has to know it's donut at this point. He has to just assume it's donut.
Donut or a main.
Sticking it this time, though, and Henny did get a rifle. The trend continues. If Try falls, so does the rest of the squad. Made in Brazil, we criticized, we lambasted their AK hero buy on Exit, and yet it was exactly what they needed to keep 9Z off 15. Some gifted duels and some miffed opportunities combined with the correct capitalization and the aggression from Made in Brazil gives them a lease on life. The question is, can they keep up with their payments, or will it come due nonetheless?
Like I said, Nate, 95% chance of failure. But they make it work. Max down Snake, avenges his teammate, but Nsani's doubled it up. Return fire back from Max, but it's a 4v3 to the favor of Made in Brazil. Max still holding very aggressively towards Snake, and it's a big read by 9Z. Everybody rotating towards that A site. It is the correct read as of right now, and Try is alive. Keep an eye on Try. For all of you advanced stats nerds, this is a new one to add. And Try's actually going to go back and hold the B site and make sure nobody's going that direction. It's a complete
so good to so
abandonment of
bad.
the site's proffer.
From so good to so bad.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. A gamble attack seems like the required play. And keep in mind, if Made in Brazil win this round and they hunt down these players, they break the economy of this TT side. There's no money left in the bank. There's no gas.
Close to 4.
Yeah, they close to 4. They'll get a third, pretty much, or close to 3, pretty much guaranteed. And the spam connects for Insani and not for Buddha. Max will respond. Max offers some. Insani offers it all. A second secured for him through the smoke. The confidence builder he needed, and Try now no option but to try and save. That would, of course, buck our trends. He'll find the first.
Will he find the second?
Maybe a second, but surely he has to go down. We can't let our trends fall away. There we go. He falls. There we go. 10 deaths and 10 rounds lost. Can't believe that this stat is still carrying. I can't believe it's still delivering. And more importantly,
24 rounds it's lasted.
24 rounds has lasted, and more importantly, 9Z or Made in Brazil, excuse me, have found a way back into it. A realistic way back into it at that. They go into 3 guaranteed here. They can build their economy with a victory here. And then from there, it's even in the investments.
USPs, it's nothing for 9Z, but they have managed to get a couple of kills out of these sorts of rounds before. Try soloing out towards A, or towards B rather. Burns in with 1 spray, he's very low, and Exit actually team kills him. So you can't blame Burns for that. Another one falls, it's Exit. David and Try with a little bit more damage maybe they can find, but Try just sitting out on B. Literally just hanging out.
We've seen exactly that, by the way. Literally exactly this. That happened in pistol or second round. Did it not? 4 players
But
pushed main,
push
main.
this time.
Yeah, Zeus is on Try across the map. Doesn't have it this time around. Not like he got to use it in the round prior, to be fair.
He tried.
He'd try.
He tried so hard.
Okay. Well, as we said, Star Wars references on Star Wars Day.
True.
Star Wars references, not Linkin Park references. Made in Brazil. Made a mountain out of a molehill, and it's definitely paying dividends.
Yeah. Looks like they finally won their battle of Yavin, Nate.
They
They're
didn't have
able
to
to build off
ham
of it.
fist the first one immediately thereafter, Boggs, okay? They can be a little bit more organic.
Listen. Once the executor falls, it's all over.
Come on. Come on, man.
You asked for it.
Hey, Boggs, we've been kind of letting go of the game right now. Our trend is in jeopardy.
It is, but there is a hunt. They want to take out Try and his AK. Oh, with timing. Has he been spotted? They're not going to have... The trend! Not the trend!
Anything, please. Take him down. Take him down. God smite him down now, please. Anything.
Oh.
No!
Man, 25 rounds in, it breaks. That was going to be such a good... Such a
Such a funny, random tidbit.
random thing to mention at the end of the game.
Just something to cling on to in this mess of the best of three.
And he had to go and live.
Had to go and survive, man. Had to go and
How
play the
could
game.
he? It's not like he's CT side or anything. He's got an AK. His team broke.
Okay.
What is this?
Okay.
What?
The trend's broken and so have 9Z. Execute failed. 404 not found. Two players trying to run by, blinded and isolated. 5 versus 3 secured. At this point, they should already be heading for the hills unless they can find a kill rather quickly. Made in Brazil have been gifted yet another boon of a round. Plank secured, guaranteed, and save also equally guaranteed for 9Z. 12 to 14 for Made in Brazil, and 13 a definite possibility. What has happened to this game? The stats are out the window. This was supposed to be a CT-sided affair, and yet for both teams, it has proven to be a T-sided reality.
Every single map has been T-sided in this series. Anubis heavily. Ancient almost as heavily. Nuke slightly. 9Z able to hold on to Nuke, but Ancient starting to slip out of their fingers. Max. He sprays too early. Tuurtle can try and trade. Try is alive, and he will survive a little bit longer. And actually, he might survive again. New trend. Will Try survive and 9Z lose the round? 9Z, you have like 7 timeouts. Use one. Not literally 7. You only get 4 and a half. I'm
3 or 2.
exaggerating.
3 or 2, I
But-
can't remember which.
Use a timeout here, boys.
Anything. Slow it down. This is a very interesting half-buy. Those 2 rifles, Try and DGT. 2 pistols invested in, 1 on just the USP, that's a Buddha. Probably saving for an op if I had to guess. That's a good start as well. DGT down middle finds an opening. The op of Henny misses its mark over towards long as well. Opportunity perhaps for 9Z. They won't go for that rifle, not yet. They don't want to give away a player in such a risky endeavor. Instead, they'll pull up a quick gamble rotation towards B, and they'll set up to hold off the Made in Brazil execute.
There's a strike back from Henny. Try falls to Burns in B site under the control of Made in Brazil. But DGT strikes back from Cube. Another one for him. That's 3 on the round. Looking to ace it out.
Oh!
But Buddha finds it with a USP wallbang and eludes Henny's off shot. Henny P250 out in hand. Falls to DGT. Qualification to Katowice point for 9Z.
Took them a long, long time to get here. Longer than I expected. But you know what? Better late than ever. 15 to 12. 3 map points. There's the timeout off the back of a victory on a half buy.
I respect it, though. I actually do.
Another better late than never call.
Mm-hmm.
Made in Brazil still have a buy, still have the money to work with. They had the money to work with, I should say. They invested it into AKs and the op. 9Z, with that eco victory, that half buy victory, they have a similarly solid buy. Op for try picked up. Rifles across the board, good utility. 9Z, just get it across the line at this point. Just win it. 16, so close they can taste it. They can taste their spot at ESL Challenger Katowice.
So close and yet so far. They have to convert the gun. Insani out middle, flashes flying in, skirting up the side from David, but he will see nothing. Insani's made his way up Snake, and he's going to eat that utility. Another nade to try and finish him off. He gets chunked down to 16 HP. He's in the red. The spray outlining him, but he's somehow dodging the damage. Buddha backing away. Tuurtle gets caught by Max, now out middle. And MIBR down a man and almost two. Not the start they were looking for here. The team that did not have to play a prior BO3 today. Insani shuts down Buddha despite his low health. There is still one man here on B, but only one. That is David. He's had a very quiet map 3. Quiet map 1 and map 3. Very instrumental in their successes on map number 2. But he's stuck in the middle of the open. Dies to Burns in. The rotations have come through, though. The time has been bought. DGT boosted up. He will spray away, but he can't convert it. Max falls in the interim. And it looks like MIBR have found a way to hang on and stay alive. And yeah, they're going to make the right call. They want nothing to do with where they know 9Z have to be. They're on their way to A.
There's two players who won in this clutch. It's DGT and Try, 28 and 23 respectively. The op still in hand and good amount of HP as well to boot. And he's holding for the door push, but both are kind of just lurking around towards B. Bomb is just at a standstill. 20 seconds left, it's just sitting in middle. Burnson will find one towards B. DGT still lurking around. Bomb is making its way over towards A. There's the round made in Brazil. Do secure it, but the bomb sitting towards top snake / catwalk with 20 seconds left leaves me a bit confused.
I was also very concerned and confused about that call. Luckily for MIBR, it does not come back to burn them. 9Z using another timeout. This time, their finances a little worse. Buddha, best he could hope for is a FAMAS. Try can scrounge together an op, a glass cannon, and he will do so. A very aggressive call from 9Z, but they like their aggressive buy strategies, Nate. They live and die by these hyper aggro buys. An MP9 and utility for Buddha. And there is something missing on the 9Z side that costs $400.
I don't do math, Bogs. I have a BA. I didn't get a bachelor in science. I got a bachelor in arts.
They
400.
don't have a diffuser.
Yeah. It's been a theme. We harp on it time and time again ad nauseum because everybody forgets it from time to time. Made in Brazil, though, changing the pace, changing the gears straight towards A as the call and some early openings. Actually gets split evenly. 3 versus 3 and tries ahead of it. Ahead of the Molotov with an op in hand. He's looking to be the difference maker. He's burning alive slowly and surely. Tenderized down to a 36 HP. And Made in Brazil have let off gas. They've slowed things down. They've turned elsewhere, switched gears, exit towards middle. Secures the exit strategy, or so he thinks. Try trades it right on back. 2 versus 2, AK and up versus M4 and up. And again, no kit. They will race towards Jaguar. David is waiting. He's had a slower map 3, but a solid map number 2. He swings and he finds one Tuurtle. Good trade back to even footing. It's been trade for trade in this this potentially final round. Tuurtle planting the bomb, trying for the glass cannon. Keep that in mind. Oh, the aim punch. It does him in. Tuurtle keeps the team alive, and Tuurtle gives Made in Brazil a very real opportunity to send us off to overtime.
Round 30 again. 9Z held on map 2. Nuke their pick. 16-14. This one, the buy much poorer. 3 FAMASes, a scout, and an MP9. Again, the lack of a defuse kit. Utility sparse as well. MIBR looking to punch this one into overtime. At the very least for 9Z, they have OT confirmed, but When we look at it here, Nate, 9Z had the opportunities. They've let it slip away. And Made in Brazil have clawed their way back into this game. T side has reigned supreme here on Ancient throughout the course of the series. But we're not done yet. 9Z still a chance to win this one in regulation, albeit a very slim one, considering they're down to 2 flashbangs with a minute 10 on the clock.
Alex, when did we first discover 9Z? It was when they pulled off their miracle run all the way back, trying in the RMR. They came back against some crazy teams. When their backs were against the wall, that was when they were most alive, and their backs are very much against the wall now. Sure, it won't be the end if they lose this round, but in terms of the bye, they are on the back foot. 3 FAMASas, a Scout, and MP9, still lacking that kit, lacking the utility. This is when they can come alive. Try exchanges blows over towards the long sides of A. Insomnia opens it up. Henny a second, Exit a third. They're all falling one by one. Burnson just getting a jump headshot. Did Burnson just get a jump headshot?
I think he did.
Okay.
I think he did.
Okay, sure. Sure, that can happen.
It can, very rarely.
Sure, why not at this point? Everything's going the way of Made in Brazil. Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
And now we hit overtime. Our first overtime of this qualifier, by the way.
Yes, it is.
And 9Z use their final timeout.
At the start.
Wow. No timeouts left after this one.
No timeouts for anybody after this one. Okay.
I'm at a loss for words.
Jumping AK is what did me. I'm already tired. My jaw hurts. Not sure why. Might have to get that checked out, but there's no better way to end the day, I suppose. Made in Brazil made a statement yesterday, made a big splash yesterday with their 16-2, 16-8 victory. Takes a heck of a lot more today, but I have to say props to 9Z. They played a best of 3 that went to 3 earlier today versus Paqueta, and now they're playing overtime in map 3 for the only qualification spot immediately thereafter.
In overtime on the 3rd and final, this is Fatigue City. Try takes a shot, can't connect it with the op. Backs away, Tuurtle up on site, MIBR swarming in, finally Try gets one, DGT adds another one. 2 for the price of none for 9Z, and an opportunity for more, so still closing the gap. The bomb going down, but then he falls to his compatriot, his counterpart on the opposition. Burns in the last man alive at a 1v4, and 9Z off the back of their timeout get a critical CT round here in OT half number 1. OT number 1, first to 19. And 4 alive is big, as it's only MR3 12.5.
Very big for their economy. Also, keep in mind, at this point, both teams won, what, 11 rounds on their T side? If you extrapolate that out, the minimum amount of rounds you really need on the CT side for overtime is 1. They just did that. If they can get 2, it's a hefty advantage going into the second half. If they can find all 3, it feels like it's over. It feels like a whole different game.
It does. Overtime always is a whole nother game. But 9Z, they had their opportunities, they let it slip. Now they're trying to grasp it again. A nice little boost around that donut smoke. David capitalizes. Burns and caught from behind, and no ability to refrag that for MIBR. They're down the opening pick again, and Henny taking 56 points of damage. Nearly going, and Sonny spotted by DGT, removed by the very same man from House. A double man advantage again for 9Z, who are clicking on all cylinders, clicking on everything. MIBR, this was their strong side. This is where they got the job done to get the comeback to happen. They're struggling to put this one over the line.
Struggling right when they got back into it. Knocked right back down. 3 versus 5. They're walking to the cave. 2 players. Made it max from 9Z. Monster's not in the right spot. He'll do a boatload of damage, but he won't get the kill. Buddha's lucky to get away. His teammate not nearly so. DGT dropped. 3 versus 3 somehow brought back. I Made in Brazil. Buddha back long, has support from David towards short. David secures one, bomb is being planted, but the advantage still remains. Henny on the up, has to bail him out. He finds one, misses the second, but survives. Player on site could do it all. Exit finds David, spamming away, unable to hit the shot. It's try and pick up the pieces. Up in hand, he'll throw the nade onto the site. That player's not tagged though. A little bit more damage on top. He'll try to find the op, but Henny, while blind, it's divine intervention that yields him the kill. Made in Brazil tie it right on back up at 16 apiece. Who will have the advantage at the end of this first overtime half?
If it's 9Z, there's no excuse for them to lose it and go to OT2. If it's MIBR, they've done their job. All they need is one to secure OT2. In overtime, the victory is usually decided by which team does better on the disadvantaged side. 9Z looking to do so right now here, end this one as fast as possible. They've had to run the gauntlet. MIBR only had to play 4 maps before this one, and 2 of them incredibly short. 9Z, they played 3 maps before this series today. Literally almost equating the total maps played of MIBR prior to this one.
Yeah, in Brazil, only lost 1 map thus far this entire qualifier. That was the last one. Looking to keep it at 1. Tony towards middle, pressuring forward deep. He does very close. Good flash in. He finds the first. It's actually David to combine fire to find that. Both players survive as well. In Brazil, no inroads towards middle. They'll instead quickly change gears over towards A. I like the idea. It tries waiting at range. Up in hand. He'll drop burns in. 5 versus 3 again secured. Made in Brazil bailed themselves out of one such situation before, but can they do it again? They're just being rebuked time and time again. They're trying to remain mobile, trying to keep their options open, but it ends up looking like they're just scared and lost. Tuurtle will be gifted 1 onto Max, the aggressing player, but 30 seconds left and the bomb is basically in T-spawn.
It is pretty much in T-spawn, and there's not a lot of time left. They have to make their way to a site. The only site they have possibility of making it to is A. David's already here waiting. DGT holding the donut cross. Tries in a fast rotation position. 14, 13, 12. They have to go. 10, 9, 8. Tries the first on the cross. The lineup for David. He gets 1 while blind. Try with the cleanup. 17, 16. 9Z take the advantage into the second half. And they've got 2 on the CT side. Something that was so hard to acquire for both sides in regulation has just been accomplished when it all comes down to the wire.
What matters most. Very well done, but they still need 2 more. In fact, they only need 1 more to get to overtime number 2. Let's close it out here now. That is their ultimate goal. What they need. If not, the fatigue should surely set in sooner rather than later. Good utility damage early on, but David is the one to find the opening. Insani up towards top. Snake Catwalk finds 2, though, in response. Finally, a middle duel going the way of Made in Brazil. Buddha towards B ramp, trying to find a trade in the meanwhile, but no, he loses the 1-on-1 versus Tuurtle, and the op try can't press alone, especially not with the bomb on his back. Max and try, 2 versus 4. A very quick round and potentially a quick end by extension. They simply don't have the manpower remaining.
No, they don't. And that's going to mean MIBR are going to tie this thing up as early as possible. If there was a result for MIBR to have in this first one of the second half of overtime 1, this would be it, unless somehow, someway, Max and Try can claw this back. Max legged on the jump. That's a very aggressive one. And Henny gets him through the smoke. And Henny's safe in the Matrix right now. Try will grab his 30 bomb as Burns and peeks his head over the snake. And Try will go to an AK. He's a very competent rifler as well. Much like Henny on the MIBR side of things. Try. Watched for by Tuurtle. But he's just holding for the B push. Try can slink in towards CT. Turtle's actually just missed it. Now he swings out wide, waiting for it. That's a big one. It ties things up. These next 2 rounds, critical. One team will have series point. The other will have to fight against it. At least there was some good damage done by Try in the end.
Some good damage, I suppose. Maintains the confidence. was a very quick end in that round, and Sonny heating up with a double kill was important, impactful. And again, it's aggression middle from both teams. Sonny running forward. This time he will be caught by David. Will he be caught? Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
He does fall, but exit amidst the chaos also drops David. 1 for 1, and Burnson now will take up the mantle of Catwalk. He finds some damage, not the outright kill. Instead, it will be exit towards Donut to find it. Somehow, Made in Brazil found the winning recipe middle. They failed to find it time and time again in regulation, and yet now in overtime, they make it work. 4 versus 3 secured. 9Z changing gears. One player going towards the B ramp late from his own spawn. That is Max, trying to just maintain control of a majority of the map. EGT and Tri have been given middle control, sure, but Made in Brazil are happy to give it away, content with the main advantage.
Nice from Try to bring it to level footing. 3v3. Henny on the site. The bomb working its way the other direction. Try basically being a human decoy, trying to draw the rotation over. 1 in cave, 1 towards CT spawn and house. Try going to work his way up middle while his teammates creep up to the B site. The bomb very late, but there's a good amount of time on the clock. Burns in. Still tucked into cave. We'll hear it. The bomb goes down. Try versus Tuurtle. This is a turning point duel here. Will Tuurtle win it? No, he won't. Try gets it. Burns in. Looking the wrong way. Dome by Max. 9Z. All they have to do is not push Henny. And they've grabbed the lead and series point once again. But they blew 3 already, Nate. If they don't do it now, surely the Counter-Strike gods will not reward it. Try with the 3K. Hat trick on the round. 18-9Z. 1 more, and they go to Poland.
Boggs, I know the trend was killed, but the fact that they have still lost 17 rounds and he's died 17 times is comical.
It is pretty cool.
It's rather interesting.
I'm a big fan of weird stuff like that.
I am too. It's not as cool as the other snap, but still it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also a hockey goalie, so I'm one of the most superstitious people in the world. But stuff like that, I like to see.
Henny, he's been the impactful one with the op on the CT side. He needs to bring his team back now. Looking for the opening, grasping forward in A main. He is going to be gifted something, an opportunity. As the bulk of 9Z is grouped up. There's a boost up as well for exit. This is a well-placed setup for Made in Brazil. Push comes in, not checked. It's the second time at minimum that exit has found a kill from this spot. The bomb is dropped up top to add insult to injury. And 9Z might have just punted away what was another opportunity at series point.
Nate, they didn't punt it away. They butt fumbled it.
Fair. Or apt metaphor. We have seen 3 versus 5s before. We have seen this come through. The issue is everybody rotated around again. That bomb. Oh, it has been recovered. Max did get it.
Yeah. He got it on the jump.
Okay, they did jump through and they did grab that at the very least. Try can throw a bit of a fake here, posted up with the op, but he misses the shot. That will not afford a lot of space accordingly. Still only 1 B defender. Second is quickly coming to form up rank, however. Max, a lot of pressure here. Good shot from Max. Looking for the second over towards long. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Okay, now things get interesting. He was one of those heavy hitters. He's at 26 now, and he has secured the bomb plant and a good amount of space as well. Try can hope for the rotation middle. Things suddenly look a lot more interesting for 9Z. Made in Brazil, they won't test the opera, sure. They'll go towards spawn, but it still sets up Max and DGT incredibly well for this bait and switch. Flash over, Max dodges, 2 lined up, he gets 1 for 1. DGT won't be coded in, he'll hold the angle, the off angle, he'll find another in the round. Over towards long, it leaves just Henny, the opera. He's been so important in the overtime, he's found the first, but he doesn't know where Try is. He's baiting on it, he's hoping on it, he finds the kill, he finds the round. Made in Brazil stay alive by the skin of their teeth.
They stay alive. They hold on for dear life. This has been a trial for Made in Brazil, something they have struggled to come away with. And 9Z just can't close it out. We go to overtime 2. Now it's first to 22. For those of you unfamiliar with the typical score lines here in overtime for Counter-Strike, a technical pause has been called. I'm assuming this is a bio break. This is definitely somebody having to use the can because this game's gone on a little bit, Nate. I would say this has been a decently long map.
Yeah, a decently long series, too.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. It's been what? We started at
I'm here for the
5 was
ride.
the start time?
Yeah, 5 your time, 7 my time. It's 4 hours ago now.
Yeah, just over 4 hours, just north
Although
of.
we did have that slight delay at the beginning, but
Nothing like yesterday, but yeah, there still was a
no. That sticker update. Had to break everything,
dang sticker
as
update.
Valve likes to do.
Dang sticker update.
Those stickers look fantastic, I'd just like to say.
They're copy paste of. They're not copy paste, but they're the same idea as like an Antwerp sticker.
Yeah, or the Stockholm one.
Was it Stockholm? Was it Antwerp? I'm not
Stockholm
sure.
and Antwerp
Okay.
were both the same style.
Okay.
But I do love what they did on the hollows.
Hollows look good. The glitters look good.
The glitters too, but the lining on the hollow, the scroll work.
Yeah.
Holy
clean.
moly, those are beautiful. Also the autographs. So many of the autographs are so good.
Yep. Got the.
If you haven't, look at floppies.
Oh,
when
that's
you
a,
do,
that's a
you'll see
sus
what I mean.
suggestion, but it's a sus suggestion.
I hate that.
Hey, you set it up. I knocked it down.
I was trying to be coy about it so people would see it and be like, and just spam
There's
the chat
nothing
with
coy
Among Us.
about Among Us. There's nothing coy about Among Us.
I hate that game with a passion.
The greatest games of
But
all
I
time.
respect how he got it in there.
The worst part is you have to have 10 friends to play it.
The worst part is you find out which of your friends not to trust.
Early duels. 9Z are starting on the T side for this bout of overtime. Try. Falls. But he takes one with him. 4 versus 4 secured. DGT hopping up middle. This time there's no contention in the middle side of things from Made in Brazil. They're happy to give it away. Playing a different setup this time around. 9Z, what is it called? They're spread out still. One player lurking over towards Snake, holding Jaguar. 3, though, grouping up into A main. They better clear that top. There's nobody boosted up shore, but come on. You have to have PTSD at this stage. You have to clear it. There we go. Thank you, Max. Clearing that angle. Will they expect donut? They have to. They haven't spotted anybody yet. Henny is there with the op. He is looking the wrong direction. He's actually completely exposed as well. They could press forward, and if they do, without throwing utility, they could just blindside him. He will turn around, and we'll hear that smoke. That will give it away. He'll look in their direction now. Timing is everything. They will press forward. DGT lurking in Jaguar in the meanwhile, looking for something, but Buddha is the one to open it up. And Sani drop back sight. Henny now line up for 2, almost the 3rd. He will fall, but he has secured an opportunity for the team. He found a double. 2 for 1, ties it up into a piece. Tuurtle and Burnson both in towards CT. This flank from DGT has to be timely, has to be relatively quick, because if not, the defuse will come through. Burnson inching forward. David is buying time. What a swing. What a swing. He's just Tuurtle alone. He knows the flank is a possibility. He knows it's probably what's coming through. There's the silver spotted by DGT. The timing almost works for Tuurtle, but DGT gets it across the line. 9Z, the first ones to strike in the second bout of overtime.
Good win by 9Z. A good bit of work from the individuals. But that could have been a little bit cleaner. It's too messy for my taste. If you're on the T side, it's been so dominant, you need to clean things up. Although at this point, the strat book surely has left the building for both sides. Much like Elvis, its concert is over, and it's leaving. DGT blinded. Does he spot? I don't believe he does. Oh, he did. He sees. He knows. But he cannot convert. David picked off by Henny in the meantime. The nade dunks on DGT. 2 quick picks for Made in Brazil, who now have some momentum back. But 9Z have found ways to claw back into these rounds from down a couple of players. MIBR cannot rest until the final kill has been converted in their favor. It's a good B rotation from 9Z, who will look to exploit the weakness of only 2 players here, but Exit's reading this quite well. He's in towards CT spawn, picking up some extra utility, and prepping up some to throw in towards this B site, which the sound cue will inevitably give this up, and Exit actually might just run through without tossing that utility over. Flashbang is well timed. There is no peek from it, but 9Z now have to be aware there's extra people here. The double up in cave, too, is going to be very hard to clear out. They do have Molotovs, and they've cleared out a lot of space silently. But do they push in here?
Bomb drop.
Oh, that's noise. And Nax is going to peek with the bomb? He still
Okay.
wins the fight, but
You heard the tick. I think you heard the Molotov tick. But Tuurtle can't contest the plant. Try will walk in. The flames obfuscate him. He finds one. Good trade from Buddha, though. Makes this obtainable. Makes this recoverable. 2 versus 3. The issue is Max is on 25 HP. Henny faking the flank. Will double back. Triple up with the team.
flashes.
Good flash, but Buddha wins the duel. He's at a quiet map, but he finds another. It's 2 for him in the round. They might have bought enough time. Henny finds 1. The last player just have to buy time. Max finds the first. A second? No. Does Henny have time? He might. It's gonna be close, but he found the kill. Does he have it? No. Nope. Half a second or thereabouts remaining. 9Z steal away a second in a row in the second bout of overtime, and they're looking to make it a clean sweep of all 3 in this final one.
A clean sweep would put them on the fast track to victory, but it's not like we haven't seen 9Z with a 3-round lead before with map point, series point in their possession. So, Aiden Brazil, if they can chip away at this and grab a win, fantastic. If not, they have done it before. They're going to have to try to do it again. Try. That AWP. Not going to be gifted an opening pick. Very passive hold by the SMG of Insani, the lone player over on A. The thing is, though, Insani's been very prolific with the MP9, able to get 1-2 kills out of nothing. So they cannot rest easy. Utility flying over, smoke towards deep CT. Temple, of course, still an option.
Better clear, please.
They are. They do.
Okay, still gets the kill though.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure they clear, because we've seen that happen so many times. 1 for 1, actually 1 for 2. Tuurtle drops 1. 4 versus 3. 3 versus 3. Good shot from Try. Burns and drops the planner. That is a critical kill to find. It might be the turning point that made Brazil need to find their first in the second bout of overtime. DGT drops Burns in, but the flank in towards Donut will further delay the plan. Henny, also a menace in this overtime. Timing's everything for Tuurtle here. The AWP is posted, the AWP finds it. What a kill. It's now Henny. No scope on the first, not the second. Try, reins things in, wins the AWPer's duel, and clean sweeps 3 for the likes of 9Z.
Huge pickup for 9Z, but they have to convert, Nate. They have to get to 22 here and now. Do not let MIBR get a breath of life back in. You have them on the ground. They're struggling to get up. You cannot let them back up. It is series point to 9Z, folks, not to MIBR. HUD is ready to take a break because it is so late. It's burning midnight oil.
Yeah,
it's tired.
Breaking.
Buddha's got the AUG. It's a good call. Just goes to show it, 9Z do need to suffocate this one out, and they realize that fact. They know they have to finish it now, or else MIBR get momentum back, and they're a very tough team to stop when the individuals start firing. Henny has an opportunity, misses it. Max is living right as he backs away towards Temple. DGT turns around, jumps up, caught by the boost. There is a trade from David who doubles it up, looks for a third, but he cannot find it. Exit to a 3v3. And now be aggression from 9Z. They are looking to just soak up every bit of map control like a voracious sponge.
This is what I wanted to see from 9Z. Some calculated aggression. We've not seen a push through T-spawn like this. I don't think ever from 9Z in regulation. So it's going to be totally unchecked. We'll find a free kill. There we go. Sprayed out. That's the bomb spotted. 55 seconds left. And now Made in Brazil are left in a very awkward spot. They have to clear all the way up. They have to disentrench this player who's now stuck in the back lines. Buddha playing around the tree, holding onto the twig with sheer desperation. Bomb will be recovered. Henny and Tuurtle. Henny dropping the AWP to the AK. They're going to group up. They have to take down Buddha, but time is gone. Buddha, every second he takes from them is another opportunity. He finds a second. It's just Henny. He's bailed them out time and time again, but a 1v3, 20 seconds left in his own spawn. He's where they buy guns, and it's just too far away. 22-18. We at long last have the end of this Odyssey, Boggs. It is 9Z to pull off the comeback in both the repeat matches. 2-1 versus Paqueta earlier today, 2-1 versus Made in Brazil, and they have booked their